Welcome to the Samir and Yonatan book club discussion.
Okay.
So last time we were all to focus on different themes, take notes to find these big ideas throughout the book, and as well as write down some quotes or that you liked and ask and prepare discussion questions. So are we going to start with?
I first have a question, and it's, what evidence do you see that Samir knows that Adnan is lying about the cigarette? Because, page 116.
Oh, yes.
And wait, what about the cigarette?
How do you know that he's lying?
Yeah, what evidence do you see that Adnan is lying about the cigarette? And how we see Samir knows that Adnan is lying?
Well, I think Samir knows that Adnan is lying because throughout the book, he's talking about Adnan's character, how he's, like, for example, in the beginning of the book, it talks about the chickens and how he said he always lied about that. The person who sold the chickens was some illegal guy. In the beginning of the book, he talked about that. And he said he knew he was lying. Same with the beef incident, that he knew that was lying. And he knew that if Adnan was given Marlboros, even though in like the poorest time of the Palestinians, that he was given Marlboros, he knows that it's just unlikely and he's probably lying because of his character.
I agree because, yeah, just like what she said, in the whole book, it shows how Adnan's not a really good guy.
Well, for me, it was first why would an uncle teach a kid to smoke, and smoke isn't even good for us? And then it was but does his uncle even smoke? They don't even know about that. And also it was but I know Adam don't and it's telling that I know about him, so if he gets it, should be right.
One question that I had would be on page 83, near the beginning of the book. And here, in the second paragraph, it says, "Only Ludmilla lies back, doing nothing but looking at the window. She watches the flies buzzing on the glass and dreams. Anything that Ingrid and Ingrid say, or the sentences I whisper, with or without holding my breath, do anything for her." So, on the question, there's one line that says, "She watches flies buzzing on the glass in dreams." So what do you think the author means by dreams?
Thinking about what she wanted to do.
Yeah, I think she's just thinking about her life and relaxed. I don't know.
And thinking of what she'll do after she gets home.
I think that it's really implicit because in the hospital room there's different kids with different dreams, and then by the flies, I think she means about how everyone in this room has a different dream, and you can see, and the dreams are in the air, so it's the flies are buzzing against these dreams.
And it might be that the dreams are flying away because if you go and catch a fly, it flies away.
Has anyone found in page after 183, the glossary, in the glossary, has anyone found any of these words in the text?
Yeah, I found the knaf, a street page 3 out of 3, and I searched it online, and the word was in 83, I mean 68. And it was he was a big bird with crushed wet feathers, and his beak had held out a cardboard with one knaf. And then what I researched was it's an aberrant cheese pastry soaked in sweet syrup, and that that is a picture that I drew, but it's very bad. So that is
So the big idea that I used throughout this, to find throughout this book would be peace, and I could find some examples of it. One of them was on page 141, and this big idea, the poem reads, 4 billion years, just seaweeds. 4 billion years, just marshes. Nothing but water everywhere. Ho, ho, ho. The planet's sleeping. 500 million years more. Here is life. Fishes, lizards, plants, and storks. Just a few million more. Oh, clever planet. Ho, ho, ho. Man arrives at last. I believe this poem by Yonatan, I thought that it really represented the big idea of peace, because as this is a really big theme throughout the book, but through this poem, Yonatan is implicitly saying that we're all the same. 4 billion years ago, the earth was peaceful, and then right after man arrives, the world is so messed up. Yeah, and so I thought that this was a big idea that Yonatan was talking about. But a question I have is, what do you think inspired Yonatan to use space to inspire others about peace?
Maybe he thinks that on Earth it's very messed up and there's pollution and everywhere, but outside in the space, there's no really pollution except for
Yeah, I agree.
things flying up.
Yeah, I agree. In space, it's not as explored as Earth, so there's not much people. Yeah.
And there's pollution.
Well, I personally think that Yonatan is a really wise guy. He knows things that other kids don't notice. So I think by space he means the world is perfect, but it's just the people who mess it up. And through space we can create peace.
Yeah, and some people they say we are the ones that are hurting. And I have one connection, and it was on page 106. It was every day Yokon gives me his meatball or chicken or such as schnitzel or whatever they call it. He never makes a big deal of it. And then I think that do you guys think that what he want to do is to tell other people to wear awareness to the people in the hospital so that they'll also know about it? Or do you think he's just doing it himself with his dad?
I think he's trying to raise awareness for the hospital.
I think since I know that Yonatan, as they said before, is really wise, and so I think he's just trying, as you said, raise awareness. But I also think that he's trying to promote peace in this hospital, and talk about meat is not what we're supposed to eat.
Yeah, for the animals are.
Oh, in page 13, the last paragraph. It says your body needs fluids. The nurse speaks to her like a mother. I kind of remind of a connection. Reminded me of my mom. Yeah.
And one other thing is I must not think about Tazo's brother. I must shake off this anger if I want the operation before the doctor flies back to Chicago. And I think that he wants to have this operation so that he could walk again. And what theme do you think this paragraph is represent?
Well, I think that the theme would be I guess as before hope, because it's talking about I shouldn't think about not being fixed. I should think about being fixed, and that represents hope as well.
So what I saw it was hope and dream, because he always
Good morning, seventh graders.
Good morning.
he always had a dream of like walking with them.
So on page, I noticed on page 25. Wait. Yeah. It really talks about Lanilla. So it says, the doctors told me I wasn't to get out of bed, and even took away my crutches. I lie on my bed, waiting and waiting, watching Ludmilla pet her rabbit. I'm thinking that she doesn't eat, and she looks like a princess, the daughter of the Caliph of Baghdad, and the Caliph would give her a food tray to anyone who would cure her illness. So I'll ask the question first. Do you guys notice, do you think, the character Ludmilla, do you think she has any, do you think she values something a lot and wants to, show it to the, hospital, really implicitly, though? It's not really.
Yeah, I guess, because, throughout the book, she's, kind of, the peaceful one, so I think she brings, kind of, peace to the hospital, because she's, really quiet and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I think throughout the book, people are always, so soft and kind to Ludmilla, even Zahi himself, who's, the troublemaker, and he's kind of mean. So I think that she's kind of the one that holds everyone together, because as Chen said, she's the peacemaker, and then that's also one of the big ideas. And so I think that she's shy and she's sweet, but she's also a peacemaker in the hospital.
Yeah, because Tyler is always running around, but he could stop him. And one thing that I had was on page 46. And it was I wake up in this morning to see Tyler running around the home shot, cut quick crime scene. And I think that this represents dream, because some people, of course, they don't get to make their own food, because their parents think that it's going to get messed up, but this way they get to try to how to make stuff.
Something I noticed on page 85, and it's it says, in the second paragraph, it's pretty long, but there's one line. So he's talking about he's comparing his nursery school in Palestine, and he's comparing it to the Jewish hospital. And the line, it says, so peaceful, you can hear the flies buzzing. Maybe that's how it is among the Jews. Maybe in their homes they live quiet lives like the series on television. I found that. What significance can you find particular in this text? What cultural encounter? What do you think Summer encountered that might change his mind about the war and everything?
The Jews isn't really that scary, and it's too kind of peaceful.
How about you, Chen?
Not really sure.
I have one thing is on 47, and then it was I can tell she would really like to do it, this leukemia. I can see that she wants to do it. Only someone forbade her to touch food. And then later on, it was I see Lumina pouring the grains into chocolate. It means that because he always wanted to touch it, but his parents or someone won't let him. So his dream comes true about touching it. And one thing was how can you see that, what evidence from the text can you see that Lumina really wants to touch the poured grains in?
I think throughout the text, Ludmilla is a really shy person. And I guess since she knows she's from Russia, she's not even from Israel or Palestine. I guess she's just really shy. And then throughout the book, she's a really shy person. So I'm pretty sure she's just like really shy that she doesn't want to eat anything. And she's scared because she's from Russia and she doesn't know where she is.
Oh, well, what? I could see that, like, Luna wants to pour in the green because it says, like, Luna sits up in the corner of her bed and stares at the grandma's wide open eyes. And if I want to do something, I'll, like, stare at it too, if I wanted.
So now we're at 15:44.
I have one last thing to share. It's not really important, but I just think it's very interesting on page. Okay, where is it? Oh yeah, in here on page 16 and 17, I think it was quite funny how like the nurse was helping, wanted to help Summer shower. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was like, because like if I were a girl, I wouldn't let a like male wash. And then like she's a female and she's trying to wash Samir, which is a boy.
And on page 85, a connection I had, it was the same line I said about the encampment of Simmer and the Jews, was like a connection was, this reminds me when I'm in America and I like encounter like the American families. I think that they're a lot peaceful, but then I like realized that my own culture, we're peaceful in another way, and that I think that is really in Palestine. Even though he doesn't think that Palestine is that peaceful, he will realize that Palestine is still peaceful. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.